I'd like to order 2023 meeting of ALHFAM. So welcome, especially to those who are joining us by Zoom. Good to be here today. It's a pray that we are beginning to slowly add the technology to allow people to participate in our day. So before we get started with the rest of the agenda, I would like to have a moment of silence for those ALHFAM members that we've lost this year. Those that I'm aware of are Nancy Webster, Bob Benz, and David Dunner. Are there any others that we might have missed? So get all of these rise, no one's right. Okay, thank you. Before you sit here, we're going to take care of something that we should have done last night. And I was reminded as to who the last man standing is. So, if all the first years, the first timers will take a seat. All of the second, this is your second one, take a seat. About 5, any less than 5, take a seat. Any less than 10, take a seat. Any less than 15. Any less than 20. That's right. How about 25? Less than 25. 26. 27. 29. I think people doing math. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. How about 40? Okay, Ron, how many?
3 since 1970.
Oh my God. I can't do that. That's good. I'm sorry. Are we? Okay. Somebody. So before we move on to approval of the agenda, I'd like co-mayor Mary Silverstone to present the slave record of the district.
So the John T. Playbacker is ALHFAM's highest honor for those who didn't review, and I know it's really exciting. And we always present this in a way that you have to figure out who it is. I think a lot of you will know right away, but I'm sort of going to vary the lead, so everybody. So this year's Schlebecker Award recipient brings ALHFAM gifts of immeasurable value and lasting. Her ability to share them with all with profound humility. I'm going to start crying. An unending dedication is in perfect synchrony and trust with the work that ALHFAM's founder, John Schlebecker, charged us to do and do well. Her commitment to ALHFAM's mission is unquestionable, far-reaching, and exemplary. She has served on our board, our conference, and on the task force that forged the organization's strategic plan. She has contributed and continues to contribute papers, workshops, talks, consultations, calls, and yes, counsel that help us nourish the deep of the work we do. She helps us bring history to life by bringing the own life to our farms, meetings, and museum gatherings. She co-founded the Farm Professional Industry that Schultz in 2004, and is the most prolific contributor of agricultural workshops and sessions in Alabama's history with over 31 presentations on the subject. Her professional follow-up by publishing these in the proceedings secured her for posterity. She meets the highest standard of excellence in any area of the industry. She backs these professional accomplishments with true expertise in historic agriculture. Now we're going to start drawing some figures. She has trained horses on obstacle work and used them for years in colonial Pennsylvania plantation. And as a large animal veterinarian, she has advised animals health and farmers and livestock issues. She's an inspirational role model for ALHFAM family, and we can think of no one more deserving of that highest honor. On behalf of the ALHFAM membership and board of directors, it is my high honor to present the John T. Schleibecker Award to Dr. Veterinary Medicine Barbara Morse.
I did not expect this until I was driving to Ohio for that phone call from Kathy Dixon. And I probably got lost. So, and then just minutes ago, I learned that this is going to be given now, and I'm just giving, presenting with Klaus and others in the barn, so I'm putting my mind and. But I didn't keep lots for it. Thank you all very much for giving me a trial for the past 30 years. It's meant a lot to me to be part of this. Thank you. Those of you who know Barbara know that she does not like to be the center of attention. So thank you, Barbara, for allowing us to make you the center of attention today. Now on to the regular business. If we have a motion for approval of the agenda, which are on your tables. We have a motion from Jan. Do we have a second? Second. We have a second from Ellen. No, I'm sorry. Your name?
Jeanette.
And your last name?
Watts, sorry.
I'm sorry?
Jeanette Watts.
Jeanette Watts. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? So first we have the approval of the minutes from the 2022 meeting in Tacoma.
Hopefully you have a copy of the meetings you last year on your page. You've got a chance to look at it. Now. We don't have any comments. Yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah, any additions, corrections? Yeah. All right, very well. Second. All opposed? All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. Great. You've approved the minutes from last. Thank you very much.
And we do especially want to thank him for stepping in when our secretary was unable to continue with his duties. So he stepped into the position in January. That's for February. It's been great. Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the 2023 treasurer's report. Yeah.
So I'm going to bore you with a lot of little numbers. There is a copy of our each table of the 2023 budget, as well as the statement of activity that was done by the board. We are in good financial shape. The budget this year had some increases in income budgeted as well as expenses, so that we can come out of that. One of the big ones that we are looking very good at is membership dues. We have the last several years budgeted $25,000, and usually by this time of the year, we're about halfway through, because we have increased membership dues this year. I still budgeted at $25,000. We are at $20,880 at this point. So we will basically double that by the end of the year. So it really helps a lot of the increases we have in other areas. So that's wonderful. The other area that was under budgeted but overperformed is the regional conference income. We've started to have regional conferences again. We haven't had them for a number of years. And we budgeted $2,000, and currently we're at $7,486. So that's fabulous. Some of our expenses have gone up and have been budgeted accordingly. And many of them we have no control over. One of the biggest line items in this year's budget is the knowledge-based expense. We have budgeted $25,000 upgrade the entire house. It needs it. It's such a great asset to the membership, and to be able to bring it up to a new level is definitely worth it. We have the money in the bank. It won't come out of the budget per se. We're not making enough income this year to cover that $25,000. But what we have in savings and what we have in our bank account is will more than cover the deficit we happen to have. Our savings here, which is the Janney investment account, have done okay. Just like all of your savings, all of your IRAs this year, there's been some ups and downs. The last couple of months have been much better, so we're starting to regain some of our losses. Our total net assets as of May of this year are $427,761.14, which for an organization like this, it's very, very good sound financially. Do they have any questions that I could possibly answer?
Could you just, for the new folks, say what Askins that you?
He's gonna talk about it later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for the monetary part of it.
Oh, how much it is? We budgeted $25,000. And what ask is?
Yeah.
Well, ask is a knowledge-based online database with all kinds of articles, everything you can imagine going back, proceeds from previous conferences, bulletins, it's all in there, and it's all searchable. So if you have something you want to look up, you go to ask, and it's amazing the amount of content that's in there. But I'm sure we'll cover that later. Anything else? Motion to approve the financial. Oh, Jane. You will approve. Do I have a second? Okay, Ellen. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You were opposed, you're gonna be the next. And now I'd like to bring up Sue Hampton and Jim Cave. Right there. And they're going to do an auction report.
Well, as I think you probably all realize that we had a really great auction last week. I've been to a lot of auctions around there, but I don't think I've ever seen so much color. All over the place. We were setting up, we need more tables, and I felt like, who's in some jaws, we gotta get a bigger boat. But anyhow. With the big auction, comes big results, and that's what we had today for last night. The sum total of the proceeds from the auction last night came to $8,620. So. And to the bidders, and in particular, Sue and I would like to thank all the folks who were part of putting the auction on. Ian, Sarisa, Meg, Lisa, Betsy, Mary, Gwen, Susan Rexiegler, Susan Kay, Deb Friedman, Deb Reed, Cliff Jones, Mark Texel, John Holman, as well as Rebecca, Tracy, Don, and the rest of the staff. So I was Laura, I know I said I could have come to tonight, but I didn't mean to miss you there, Laura. Okay, you talking too fast, like there's something bad. Anyhow, so that was a great event, a great success for ALHFAM. A little bit of business from last night. There were a number of you winning bidders about to pick up your items, and I'll read your numbers off, and you can find your items over kind of at the far right end of those tables that are against the wall. So that would be bidder number 219, 225, 251, 268, 280, 283, 300, 301, 303, 310, 337, and we had a 519, which I don't know if that's somebody who I can make the word. If I didn't use a false number, but you're up there too. So if you could check over there at the right end, you will see they're the ones with the yellow tags on the rest of the items. Brian was in so take a look over there and see Susan will talk about the rest of them.
Okay.
Here.
Well, you're not done with this yet. We have, in addition to the pickup stuff, we have the second annual ALHFAM auction oversight sale. Everything must go, and the alleged rules are: take what you want, or take what you need and pay what you want. This donation box over there, cash and plate, and I know there's piles of stuff, but if you just want one in the pile, take it. And put your donation in the box and see what happens. If anything is left on the table at the end of this meeting, I'm sorry, by this evening, Jimmy is going to take it and donate it to the bill. So they actually work.
No chance next year to buy this stuff.
Right, it's Tom. You'll never see it again. And our final item, which is on the responsibility of the auction committee, is a tradition called pass thing. Years ago, in 1981, I was still before I was involved. I hat was removed from the head of it, and the other place was named as Jay Richardson, now in Texas. And it's never said it again because it was taken off and passed around for people to bid on and take the hat home for a year. And it returned year after year with people bidding on it in the auction. It travels around the world. I have this in Japan and Germany. That is girl lines. But oh, okay. There was a little man from Mr. Doi from Japan in the early days who gave the hat a huge one of those beautiful Japanese boxes. But anyway, that commission sort of figured out, and we ended up with cash to have, whatever amount is available during either the business meeting or the presidential banquet. So this year, I'm gonna have a half. And, we're going to pass it around, and this donation also goes directly, to the Congress, and, excuse me, of ALHFAM, and as part of the auction fundraising effort. So I'm gonna give it to Jim, he's gonna put the bill in. Okay, to start us off, and I'm taking it around, and, please put it like you can, and going around with it while the rest of the meeting goes on. Thanks, everybody, for your participation in the audit.
And those of you online don't feel like you're left out, we do have a donate button on our website. And you can just put in the comments, pass the hat. We'll always take money. Next, we have a report from Sherry. Is this 2022 conference update? Obviously, a typo, which is 2023. Hey, everybody, we have a good night. We're very thankful and excited to have you guys with us this year. We just wanted to give you some numbers. We had about 191 attendees this year. We had 57 first timers. We went up 28 days. 3 countries with us this year. So pretty good numbers. We're excited again. Thank you guys for coming to start. Oh, we didn't come to New York City. 3 additional countries. We didn't count those. So those are the numbers for the attendees. The new numbers for the first timers this year. We're super excited. I think that's one of the highest years for first timers at a conference. So it's pretty exciting. Thank you guys for Daughter Village. Just a few other announcements real quick. We do have, for all of you like myself, that like to put stickers on your bottles. At the admission or the info desk at the end, we have the ALHFAM logo or the Sears logo for $2 at that desk. You can get those stickers. We also have water bottle stickers in our gift shop, which is open until 2 o'clock today. And then I'd like to thank all of the Daughter Village and kind of hiring Greenfield staff that helped us in. So if you guys are on the committee that plan is not, you can see that. Same huge group effort. Obviously, since we have the in and the food on site banquet staff, it is involved in every single aspect of our culinary complex. So it's been an intense thing, and we've been super excited to have you guys here with us. And one last thing, we're going to be sending out evaluation and try to survey learning kind of things. So if you do not have an updated email with ALHFAM, make sure you have that so we can access those. We're going to try to send out. You guys can give us feedback, ALHFAM feedback, so it's not a village. So again, we want to thank you. And one last thing for tonight, for those of you that are still going to be around after dinner, before the hospitality suite, we are having our trivia game, like a little variety of games, and then several trivia. We've got lots of lasers, we've got pub trivia. One game called Times to Remember, and all sorts of games. We have a giant, human sized plum thing that we had built. So we're going to have that in here today. We are not going to be out in the village game because the weather will all take place in the fall today. So if you guys stick around for that, and make sure you join us because in being in here, we still have some of the beer, the local beer brews that you guys over there. So you guys, you just step it up. And we have
everybody. My name is Karen Virgil. I'm going to give the update on behalf of the current chair of leader precinct who has been at home history. And I'd like to sincerely thank her for leadership over the last 2 years, and at the same time, I'll thank Michelle Evans for her efforts to support me as well. I'd really like to also extend, before I get to the update, really thank the extended communications team. When we think that it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a small but mighty army to put out all the content and information that goes out through the outbound channels. So I'd really like to thank Martha Katz-Hyman as the communications manager. Massive fan of her. The shout out to Katie Gordon, Liz Jones, Mary Seahorse, Pizza Harley, Karen Birdsong, Rachel Whitaker, Jake Boniti, Carol and Lopez, who directs that work every day, and more. I am sure I forgot something, so I'm sorry for that. After the last meeting, last year in Tacoma, first and foremost, our webmaster Karen Reinson has worked with many to update the information, the links, functionality of the website. As a committee and as a board, we recognize that there is work to do when it comes to accessibility on the website. So we will be making that one of our priorities in the coming months. Sherry just mentioned, please do make sure that you have an updated email logged in with your membership. For those institutional members, please make sure that you put in all of the team members, all of the staff that you want to have in your membership, because we really want to make sure that everyone has access to this information. Peter mentioned yesterday, those of you that were at the town hall, talked a little bit about the survey that we had done for the bulletin. We shared those results and some of the planning. So I'm not going to go through all that here, but we'll work with Karen to send out the summary of the survey. And just as a highlight to the survey results, we'll be transitioning from what should or what was in the past the quarterly bulletin to twice a year. We were really happy with the survey results. See that many of you wanted still have more reports here, and we would love to get that out there. When we have the capacity, that's going to be up to all of you to help us put together the content. So we'll be working with some new folks to help us with the editing and the formatting of newsletters. If you want more newsletters a year, then you need to be sharing your content with us. Yeah, so that means you submitting articles, yes, after submitting articles, we'll be following up. You can expect that we'll be asked, but we heard from many of you never been asked to write articles. We'll get back. The same can be said for blog posts, social media, and proceeding submissions. You are an extraordinarily diverse and talented group of people. Please share that with your semester and around the world. What I heard and came back into survey was a lot of people think that no, maybe I don't know if anyone else wants to hear what I'm doing or what I have to say about something. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And as an association, I think it's really important. It shows what was a key issue of our time. When we go back to our records, for sure, and it's all we've got 50 plus new first timers. Please contribute one of them back to say that they're experience. I'm also going to put in a plug right here. So for those first timers, if you have not heard of the L, which when I was first learned, many of you talked about, that's the listserv. That is an incredibly rich way to get a lot of information. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of peers and new friends that are willing to pitch in and answer questions, also materials. However, I couldn't plug Martha. She would like to have a co-administrator for the L. So if you're interested, please either let myself or Martin know. We'll be happy to be involved in that great service. So moving right along, I'm going to share that the 2022 proceedings are well into development. So I will do the submitted content. So please make sure you sign off on the commission forms so that we can finish that up and get that out to everybody. Many thanks to the editorial team, Carol and others that have been working on that. At the same time, I'll give it a shout out to Jenna Peterson. Jenna's over here complaining her head. She is going to be the 2023 proceedings editor. When she asks for your content, please respect the deadlines. You fill out all the forms. Please make sure you're putting in all of the other information you need if you're putting pictures or graphs or anything else. we really count on that as a professional organization. That is our organization, right? This is our industry. So we really want to make sure that we're getting this done in a timely manner. Finally, we will be amalgamating some of the communications teams and potentially pushing pause or even stopping some others. While it's important for us as an association to have different communication formats and for different types of audiences and different types of content, we simply don't have the capacity currently to keep all 10 different communication streams going. For example, we will likely drop the third. If that disappoints you, then please come up and volunteer. I'd be happy to talk to you after. But all that to say, what we're really going to try to focus on is quality of the content, is the quantity of communications going to total. That will be our focus. So there's so much more happening behind the scenes. If you would like this, if you would like more information, if you'd like to hear some of the stats on social media or what's going on, let me know, then I will be happy to show you.
So we'll have a vote at the end, the motion to approve all of the committee reports, that includes all of them. Next, we have Jim Lauderdale with the department.
Thank you, Kathy. So yes, this is the report on the Committee on Regional Networking. The regional representatives are made up by Angie Jack, Daryl Wines, Jessica Nachonsky, Gail Richardson, Jake Crumley, Susie Marchand, Tanya Staggs, Natalie Zakaruski, and Cece Otto. In regards to meetings and conferences held since the last report, Central Canada scheduled their fall regional, Mid-Atlantic scheduled a fall regional, MOMCC held a spring virtual conference and scheduled in-person fall workshop. New England scheduled a fall retreat. Southeast held a spring conference and planning the next spring conference as a joint with the Arkansas Living History Association. And Western held a virtual half-hour meeting and plan to hold a one-day virtual conference in the fall. As reported during our town hall meeting, there was the issue of regional realignment that will be taken up by the board. And that is the conclusion of the report. And I'm just going to jump right down to the next committee meeting or committee report, which is the nominating and elections committee. The nominating committee this last year was made up by myself, Jim McCabe, Meg Furler, Victoria Haynes, and Susan Rex Siebler. And as I'm sure you're all aware, we have elected Mark Texel as the incoming vice president, Sarah Edwards as a board director from Western Canada, Melissa Vickers as a director from New England, Jennifer Frazee as a director from Mountain Plains, and Mary Steelhorst as nominating committee from Midwest. In 2024, the board of directors election slate will include positions for treasurer, secretary. We have 3 board directors terms that expire, and we will also be looking for a nominating. That concludes my report.
Gary Lee, that you future sites.
Kathy, once again, I'm stepping in for the current future sites committee chair, Peter Friesen, and fellow committee member Chuck Mark. This is going to be a really exciting report. So we have 3 fantastic invitations for the upcoming conferences. The way this will work, I will read out excerpts from the invitation letter, and then after each one, I will ask the membership to please vote yay or nay. We hope to have the 2026 invitation coming soon. All right, folks, I'm really stoked. These are really good organizations that have put together the, so for 2024, on September 12th, 2022, the following letter was submitted to your reader. We're pleased to submit this letter of invitation containing our related proposal. This proposal has been supported by Howell Farm staff members, the Farm Governing Board, the Commission, and several Alpine colleagues who support its key work plan. We are confident that this will be able to organizational requirements of the annual conference and the needs and interests of Alpha's evolving membership. Our proposal is to offer a 6-day conference that includes a 4-day workshop oriented segment in June, followed by a thematically linked 2-day virtual component in January. June segment will be based in Everett University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and include a 1- and 2-day hands-on workshop, professional interest areas, as well as field trips and all official social gatherings and meeting functions. Papers normally delivered during the current sessions will be delivered virtually during the carefully linked 2-day winter segment. All will be hosted under a theme to think that members and potential members will find timely and meaningful. Curating the history of preserving and integrating skills from tangible culture. Keeping with the theme, all workshops will be documented in formats that will make them accessible to fast and STP library. Participants will be encouraged to contribute to this process by accepting STP videographers and others with the documentation of predetermined workshop components. So, who is supporting this invitation? Howell Farm will be the conference host, but the conference committee comprises Monica Sigmund, Kate Watson, Ed Schultz, and Meyer, and Klaus Rock. We already have a conference time guide well on the end. It's a small start. They also include Deborah Reed, Richard Roseberg, and chairs and workshop advisors. Would you like me to share the preliminary costs or leave that in for him? All right, you'll hear a presentation we have after we have voted. So, he Johnson was very gracious in saying that he thanked us for the opportunity. The truth be told, last year, some of us are really interested and how firm staffs are really hard. We did not have a 2024 host, and they have really stepped up for this proposal and concept. So the Howell Farm now brought community with Pete Watson, Kevin Watson, and some recent residents. So I'm asking all of you, your members, for all those in favor of declaring Lawrenceville, New Jersey, the location of I have a motion.
Second.
Right. Ian and Jim.
Yep.
All right, all those in favor of declaring Lawrenceville, New Jersey to be the location of the 2024 ALHFAM conference, please say aye. If any opposed? Fantastic.
Some reason like.
I can follow up right away with the proposal for 2025. So on March 14, 2023, this letter was submitted by Ms. Dixon on behalf of the Arkansas Living History Association of the State of Arkansas and the Little Rock Convention and Visitors Bureau. I would like to invite the Association for Living History Farm Agricultural Teams to Little Rock, Arkansas on June 20 to 25, 2025. The annual meeting and conference. This conference will be hosted by the State House Museum and the Historic Arkansas Museum in partnership with Arkansas Department of Parks and Heritage and Tourism. This goes on to give an impressive list of the different facilities, associations, and organizations that we have. The Arkansas Living History Association is proudly leading program hosting this conference and a leader in the living history standard. Seems and historic safeguards to join us in inviting them and go around are actively addressing concerns with the about historical interpretation. As your host, we are eager to not only share experiences with membership, but also gain a greater understanding of ourselves, the lives and experiences of the membership as we learn from each other. As regards Daniel Cockroach, Executive Director of the State House Museum. Could I have someone put a motion to accept this? All right, second. There we go. Thank you very much. Dear members, all those in favor of declaring Little Rock, Arkansas to be the location of the 2025 ALHFAM conference, please say aye. Aye. Are any opposed? Now we're all right. Oh, wait, there's more. Think ahead into the future. It's 2027. Where would you like to be? It's the same. This letter came in as we were meeting as a board. It was perfectly timed. We had chance to recommend it. So on June 16th, 2023, the following was submitted to Kathy as president. And myself as the company teachers executive chair. During this virtual on behalf of the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation, Virginia, I would like to submit our request to host the annual ALHFAM conference in Colonial Williamsburg in June of 2027. Colonial Williamsburg is the largest history museum in the world. 18th century buildings and over 500 reconstructed structures, and it's not only restored in the city, but also a rare breeds program and 2 world-class people art museums. They have a conference center and lodging. If it's possible to offer lodging for guests at a rate that meets ALHFAM's needs. Colonial Williamsburg Historic Area is the center of the historic triangle, which is the place of the museum from Jamestown and Northern. We're excited to host what will be a first-class conference at a world-class museum. This letter also wants to describe some unbelievable ideas. What I want to highlight is that they are representing a very different concept that would like to partner with XR. So XR is another organization that looks at archaeology. Archaeological open air museums, experimental archaeological research and education. I don't know what to see those colleges. So they would be looking at putting together a pretty program. So the letter finished by saying, we'll just share that we have what we have at William Williamsburg, but also we're veteran ALHFAM's membership as well. We've done an meeting of museum professionals from both ALHFAM and started to show the excellent opportunity for all involved. I look forward to hearing from you soon about our proposals. Sincerely, Gary Stanley, VP of Historic Areas Operations. Members, I have a motion for the acceptance of the Williamsburg. Thank you. A second? Oh, thank you. All right, all those in favor of declaring Williamsburg, Virginia to be the location for the 2027 ALHFAM conference, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That's fine. Okay.
It's so nice to be able to plan we got really behind finding our future site. So hopefully that 2026 site is our stage with the defensive thing. Well, put forth the invitation will be able to vote on it next year. So next we have the report on the professional interest groups, or PIG, or you first timers who maybe haven't quite figured out what everybody means when we're talking about PIG. Not always for the producers who make the cheesy bacon out of it. So it's also professional interest groups, and there is a professional interest group for you, no matter what you're interested in. And apparently we do have some problems with our email. I'm not quite sure what it is, because I've heard from a few cases they never got a request for report. So I'm not sure what. That would say all down the links from the emails we have on the website. So we'll be following up on that if you get one to figure out what happened. So CPR, you can see is the collection, preservation, and registration committee. And every year they do a Helping Hands workshop. So if you see that listed in the program, they help a local museum organization with some tasks in their collection area. And it varies from year to year. Last year, they worked with the Polynesian tribe, and they were able to inventory 400 objects in their collection. This year, they worked with Museum of Fulton County, and I was told that they got about 200 objects scanned. I'm sure some other things got taken care of on the year. So it's a great Helping Hands program for the local community. Historic apparel and textiles are facts. As with many of the PIG groups, most of their activities took place on Facebook for the year. If you haven't checked out the Facebook pages for these gigs, I encourage you to do so. You don't even have to be a member of ALHFAM to join. We encourage people who do join our ALHFAM members to sign up. And there's an incredible amount of information that takes place on the Facebook pages. CAS currently has about 199 members. And they do sit on their Facebook page, and they have several posts related to their topics. And one of the things that they really emphasized this year was to get more programs and sessions on the conference program that related to historic apparel. So there were only 2 last year. And this year there were 9 talks, programs, and sessions somehow related to historic apparel. So we encouraged them with that. And one of the ones who did get a shout out to provide information was kids of historic trades. They also have a Facebook page. And they're looking this next year at starting a Tool Tuesday on Facebook. So posting information on tools every Tuesday. And they're also looking at doing a quarterly online, and I'm sorry, workshop. Okay, I can't read my own writing, that's pretty bad. But a quarterly online workshop. And I know that first person has been very active in putting together some training programs. I did get a report with him, I'm sorry, but sorry.
You want to know?
Sure.
Yeah, apologies for the first person who really for a number of different reasons. It was not followed with a lot of things, but we got our act together now. And Alina, shall pass the torch, and today I'm stepping in as the chair for 2 years with Ron Carnegie as my understudy. And then he takes over the next 2 years. We are going to be talking on 2 subjects, creating workshops for a potential retreat, which is very focused on first person, but also combining and or traveling some of those over and making sure that every annual conference going forward has at least one, hopefully it's not a committee, different first person specific workshops and or sessions going forward. The Facebook page is there, FEI, and you have to be invited in, so we'll send those in, and Ron or I, but you have to the Facebook group.
And the environmental courses will be organized with the plowing. And I don't know the day, was there anything else I should add? Looking at starting a seed initiative under the fund, yes, that was it. So if you're interested in heritage seeds, they're trying to start that initiative within the firm. And that's it. Professional institutes currently reside under the president. We're taking a look at maybe moving that to its own committee, since you get so many things to deal with as the president. It's very difficult to really have the kind of content that you need to keep those professional interest groups going. So as we meet further support, we'll be taking a look at that. So thank you, and next we have a presentation.
Hello, I'm Samarita Bean, and I'm the current chair of the Boards and Fellowships Committee, made up of myself, Erin Willendorf, and Jenna Peterson Riley. On behalf of myself and the committee, I would like to again congratulate Laura Person on our Schleifecker Award winner. The other part of our duties for the year is to decide who gets the fellowship to come for the conferences, and we had an incredibly difficult job this year. We received 22 excellent applications for only 10 fellowships. 9 of those were used. 1 person did have to bow out at the last moment. I'm going to read out the names of our current recipients at the end, and I'm going to ask you to stand if I call your name. And then just so we can recognize you, truly, you deserve to be here to receive that fellowship. We want to recognize you. And then at the end, let's give them a round of applause. So we have Beth Payne, Deirdre Gardner, Emily Allison, Hillary Miller, Kelly Krogmeyer, Kevin Carter, Christy Hammond, Nathan Schultz, and Ryan King. In addition to many of you being first timers, many of you were also presenters, which is fantastic. I look forward to seeing what your future holds in the organization and seeing you at future conferences.
have Aaron Lowenthorpe with marketing membership and promotion.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Chuck Barr, Jenna Peterson Riley, and our newest committee member, Jake Conley, I am here to give the marketing, membership, and promotion reports. As Deb mentioned in her treasury report, we did raise membership rates. That raise was not taken lightly by the board. It's also the first raise we've done in almost 20 years. And as your site has experienced, cost of everything is going up. And as the organization realized, it was a necessary step to ensure the future of our organization. We're also, as an organization, looking to change the current advertising rates that we offer for-profit organizations to advertise with us. We want to make sure that those rates reflect the value of this organization to that field. The membership or the committee is also looking at using targeted advertisement next year in the New Jersey area to encourage newcomers and first timers to the conference that may not otherwise know that we exist. Lastly, we are considering doing online fundraisers this fall, possibly around Giving Tuesday, to help offset some of the organization's rising costs. Thank you.
And now I'd like to have a motion to accept all of the administrative committee reports. And a second. Good job. Okay, all in favor? Opposed? And now we have the odd and odd committee reports, which is going to start off with summary with STP for skill training preservation.
The SCP committee is made up of Pete Watson and myself as co-chairs, with fellow board members Carrie Barley, Michelle Evans. Ed Schultz is our workshop team manager. Ron Carnegie is our skill tips manager. Klaus Croft is our video resource specialist and part of our workshops team, along with Lauren Muni, who's also SCP workshop producer. Jim Slining is also a member of the workshops team and a representative of Chillers International. Eva Mergen is an SCP advisor, and I would also like to recognize Allison Lovia, who recently stepped down as our collections manager. We have been very busy this year evaluating our role within the organization. As you heard yesterday at the town hall, we rolled everything out in 2019 and then everything stopped for years. So we've been taking the last 6 months to figure out what we've accomplished and where we want to go from here. Please, if you're wearing one of these, come talk to us, tell us how we can help you, help the organization, what you want from us, and how we can help make ALHFAM one of the premier organizations in the world for teaching and preserving skills. Many of our committee members have been very active at this conference, presenting and assisting in session. So we really do try to practice what we preach.
Now we Pete Watson to talk about apps to learn more about it.
Thank you, Kathy. As many of you know, is the ALHFAM skill and knowledge base. It began as a result of efforts by the board to help us as curators of living history do a better job of accessing our papers, conversations, and DL, publications, and bulletins, and professional history papers. Right now, ALHFAM contains over 32,000 items of assets. Those include 27,500 L items, 1,330 proceedings papers, 1,615 bulletin articles, 795 MRCT articles, 490 past masters, and then several hundred skill clips, professional technical papers, and numerous archival titles. As Kathy was saying earlier, the board is very generously, and we as an ASK committee think wisely help all of us do our job better by enabling us to access these collections using an up-to-date system that will search all of the
I think we could probably talk amongst ourselves.
I guess we can, can't we? I'm sitting here typing.
Oh, okay.
The program says 1:45. I mean, they got
Oh,
started a little late, but we
Yeah.
probably heard
Okay.
the majority of it.
Okay, I must have read that incorrect. I must have read something about the actual program that says it goes until 3:15 today or something like that. But okay, well,
Oh.
you're probably right, Heidi.
They probably won't realize we're gone until they're done, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if your sound was any better than mine. So 2024 is New Jersey. 2025 is Little Rock, Arkansas.
Mhm.
And then I missed what was said after that.
27 is Colonial Williamsburg,
Ah, okay.
and I don't think they did 26, so I guess they're still working on that one,
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
so.
And
Very good.
the tradition used to be that they would be in Canada every 5 years. And I think between the pandemic and a number of cutbacks at some of the big Canadian sites, I suspect that's in flux. So
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah.
All right, well, it's nice hanging with you guys.
Yeah, it's nice
Yeah.
to share a screen. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Have
So
a
when
good
you-
rest of the day. Oh,
okay,
sorry.
you too. I was just gonna say, when are you heading back to New Zealand?
On the 3rd of July. So we
Oh,
fly
okay.
out on the 3rd of July. We miss the 4th of July and we arrive on the 5th of July. So we'll be somewhere, there'll be fireworks, but for us, the 4th of July won't have existed, which is crazy. Yeah, yeah, but it's been nice. I haven't seen my parents since 2019. So because of COVID and everything. So it's nice to be here and have a moment.
That's
Well,
good.
have a
Yeah,
safe trip.
yeah.
Safe
Well,
travels.
thank you very much. Thank you. I'll
Okay,
talk to you
okay.
later.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Bye.